Hello, nation. I'm Derek, and welcome to the channel. Here, you'll find everything you need to know about the Chiefs. The Kansas City Chiefs entered the 2025 offseason with their championship aspirations hanging in the balance following a sobering 31-24 loss to the Philadelphia Eagles in Super Bowl 59 on February 9, 2025. In the aftermath of that defeat, head coach Andy Reid, superstar quarterback Patrick Mahomes, and the entire Chiefs organization have embraced a singular mission: remedy every roster deficiency and fortify this team for another deep playoff run. Despite possessing only a single first-round pick, and that coming at number 31 overall, Kansas City remains convinced that astute scouting, disciplined free agency acquisitions, and precision drafting can still yield transformational talent. Will Kansas City's front office make the smart, calculated moves to ensure Patrick Mahomes has the protection, support, and weapons he needs? Or will free agency, inactivity, and late-round uncertainty leave the Chiefs vulnerable yet again? Let's check out all the details. But first, guys, I have a small request. If you find our content valuable, please consider giving us a like. It's a small gesture that really helps to support us. Thanks for being awesome. Super Bowl 59 told a familiar tale. When the offensive line falters, even Patrick Mahomes can't carry the entire load. The Chiefs' decision to move on from all-pro talent on the interior line left noticeable holes, especially when the pass rush turned up the heat. The message was loud and clear. It's time to reinvest in the trenches. NFL.com's Adam Rank didn't mince words in his mock draft. He believes Kansas City needs to make a move, and he's pegged Ohio State's Josh Simmons as the answer at number 31 overall. Despite Simmons missing the latter part of 2024 with a knee injury, Rank is adamant. If the medicals check out, this is the guy. His rationale? Simmons is a plug-and-play left tackle with the tools to anchor the blind side for a decade. At 6'7", 322 pounds, Simmons checks all the boxes. He's got the reach to neutralize top-tier edge threats and the lateral agility to counter bull rushes. His film shows a player who combines aggression with polish, rare for someone still developing at the collegiate level. For a Chiefs offense built on timing and explosiveness, Simmons would be a godsend. And don't overlook his run-blocking chops. With Kansas City quietly becoming one of the more efficient rushing attacks in 2024, adding a lineman like Simmons, who could drive defenders off the ball and reset the line of scrimmage, would make an immediate impact. Pair him with Jalen Moore, and suddenly the left side becomes a strength, not a liability. But this is where it gets tricky. Simmons' knee injury adds a layer of uncertainty. The Chiefs' medical staff will have to pore over every scan, test, and rehab milestone before giving the green light. Still, if the risk is deemed manageable, the reward is monumental. Protecting Mahomes isn't optional. It's the foundation of any future title run. While fortifying the offensive line is a clear priority, Kansas City isn't ignoring the other side of the trenches. On April 13th, Georgia defensive tackle Warren Brinson visited Arrowhead, a clear sign the Chiefs are serious about adding talent to the defensive interior. Brinson's resume speaks volumes. 2 national championships, 64 games played, multiple seasons in the heart of the nation's best defense. But beyond the numbers lies something even more valuable: raw athleticism and untapped upside. At nearly 6'5" and 316 pounds, Brinson posted a blazing 5.09 second 40-yard dash and an eye-popping 115-inch broad jump at Georgia's Pro Day. Those aren't just good numbers. They're elite for a man his size. He's not just a workout warrior, either. Brinson's tape shows a technician with violent hands, polished two-gap discipline, and the motor to chase plays from the backside. His ability to collapse the pocket from the inside makes him a perfect rotational fit in Steve Spagnuolo's defensive scheme, where mixing run stuffers and interior disruptors is key. But there's a reason he might be available on day 2. Health. A mix of foot, ankle, and Achilles injuries slowed Brinson in 2024. The Chiefs will want every detail: MRIs, rehab reports, second opinions, before making a move. Yet if those boxes are checked, Brinson could be a steal. The idea is simple. Give Chris Jones help. Let Brinson absorb snaps, take on double teams, and flash as a pass rusher when Jones draws all the attention. It's how elite defenses are built, and it's how Kansas City can stay one step ahead. As the Chiefs meticulously scour college prospects, they're also peering toward the horizon, anticipating the eventual retirement of future Hall of Famer Travis Kelce. At 35 years old, Kelce returns for what is likely his final season in Kansas City. Though he briefly contemplated hanging up his cleats after the Super Bowl loss, he ultimately decided to finish his contract. Still, the Chiefs cannot afford to ignore the looming absence of their all-time leading tight end. A compelling replacement candidate emerges in Atlanta Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts, the highest drafted player at his position in NFL history. Pitts, who soared past 1,000 receiving yards as a rookie in 2021, has shown flashes of elite playmaking ability, only to see his development hampered by inconsistent quarterback play in Atlanta. Entering the 2025 season on his fifth-year option, Pitts presents a potentially tradable asset should the Falcons opt against a long-term extension. Ali Muhammad of the Sporting News highlights Pitts' uncanny knack for turning short throws into explosive yardage, much like Kelce did throughout his prime. Case in point, during a 59-yard performance against Kansas City this season, Pitts hauled in a 50-yard reception that left defenders grasping at air. Pairing Pitts' vertical threat and contested catch prowess with Mahomes' arm talent and Andy Reid's creative play calling could unlock the star tight end's untapped potential. From a strategic standpoint, pursuing Pitts via trade, whether during the draft or immediately thereafter, carries both reward and risk. The Chiefs would likely part with mid-round draft capital rather than surrender premium picks, given Pitts' status as a mid-career veteran on an expiring contract. Yet the upside is enormous. By seamlessly transitioning from Kelce's production to a younger, ascending talent, Kansas City preserves its red zone dominance and keeps its passing attack razor-sharp. As draft day approaches, the Chiefs' decision-makers must weigh these scenarios carefully. Do they invest in college prospects to fortify both lines of scrimmage, or do they swing a trade for an established NFL talent like Kyle Pitts to preserve their championship window? Regardless of the path chosen, one thing is certain: Kansas City's front office vision remains crystal clear. In the Reid Mahomes era, no offseason move is too bold if it delivers another Lombardi Trophy back to Arrowhead Stadium. Now it's your turn. How do you see the Chiefs navigating this crucial offseason? Do you believe Josh Simmons is worth the risk at number 31, or should Kansas City play it safer in the trenches? Would Warren Brinson's athletic upside make him a smart day, too steal, or are his injuries too big of a gamble? And what about Kyle Pitts? Should the Chiefs go all in to secure Mahomes' next go-to weapon? Leave it in the comments. Remember to support the channel, leave your like, and subscribe. Don't miss any update, news, or insight about the Chiefs. Always stay ahead. See you soon.